The Expand Pedal Power Battery Kit is the ultimate solution for gigging musicians who rely on pedals to shape their sound, giving you drop-and-go rechargeable power that's always clean, quiet, and reliable.
Tim, now we're in amp land.
Yep.
Tell me about this rig.
Well, this is a, I don't know what year this thing is, but this is a, they had the blue line SVT, and then they had the black line SVT, and then the next version was this black line that goes in here. And I think this is probably like a 70, I'm gonna say a 75 or 76 SVT. And the thing about them is I've been getting them on Craigslist. I've been just like geeking out on them.
Oh, really?
And they're the best. And even if you get one and maybe it doesn't have the original tubes are always better because they don't make tubes like they used to, that's for sure. And but even if you have to put new tubes in it, there's something about these old SVTs that I've tried so many different amps and you just, nothing touches that. Like you get this and there's tons of headroom. I can hit as hard as I want and I feel like there's always headroom. And I love that, and I think they're the best heads you can get. And so I use this for my clean sound. This is regular 810 Ampeg Pro Series 810. These are like incredible. They weigh like over 200 pounds, these 810s. You can see how thick the plywood is. The plywood is this thick. It's a 13 ply.
Bulletproof.
Unbelievable. You could just kill someone with that thing.
Do you even put them in a case or just roll
I don't,
like that?
you can see they're getting beat up and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
But they're just unbelievable. They're lead weights and they have the magnets are almost the same size as the speaker. And
that's great.
They're just super loud and super punchy and they don't make them anymore. They quit making them and I think it's because they were just, they're so unbelievably heavy,
Yeah.
And
what's amazing with the house, you're pumped through the house, but out in front, you can really hear you coming off the stage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like,
I'm lucky that I got a sound guy who also plays bass.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But
that's
so
good.
that's that. This
clean.
amp for the clean sound, if you want to call it clean, because my clean sound is pretty ragged, but it is the clean sound. And then I use the SVT2 Pro, which I've always used, and I've been trying some other heads here recently, but this head's great because it's got a gain and a volume, so you can like overdrive it with the gain, and then it's got this drive knob on it, which I'm not even using right now, but like sometimes I do use it, and so it's great for distortion. The amp itself is going to distort depending on where you put the gain and where you put that drive, and I add distortion to it, but like that's there. And with Wakrat, it's these two amps on all the time. I don't add this in or take it away. It's always just a pretty ragged distorto bass sound.
Yeah, that kind of blend of semi-dirty and dirty.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
And then this thing is just something I've always had with me. I've since Audioslave, I got this tuner, this Peterson tuner, and it's got like every note down here. I get confused if you like all the other, they're all there. And I'm like, whoa, there's way too many notes there. So the notes that I need are right here, and we do drop D tuning and regular standard tuning, and then we go down a half step. So, we're either in C sharp or D sharp.
Right. And you're switching basses throughout the
for
night.
those different tunings, that's it. Yeah. So that's basically it, man. I just feel like this is really the holy grail as far as I'm concerned of bass amps. It's just I don't think you can get into anything that works better than this.
Killer.
This one, I believe this one has the original tubes in it, and that's, again, back in the day, like back Magnavox and GE made the tubes, and those tubes, the tubes they make today just aren't the same. And there was a moment in time where Russia, you could get good tubes from Russia, but that's not even happening anymore. Ever since they quit making the MiG jet. I think the MiG jet was all tube.
Oh, really?
So that's why the tubes were great there in Russia for a while, because they made their jet out of all tubes. And so like this is a holdover from the MiG era.
Military technology, right? Yeah. Well, very cool. Let's talk about your pedal board.
Well, I mean, this is a mixture of store-bought stuff and stuff that I've made. This pedal right here is a distortion unit that I've made, and this was actually my backup. The main one is on my other pedal board, but they're all kind of, this one doesn't quite sound the same, and over the years I've tried to eliminate that from my setup. In other words, I get a really good sound and I'm like, okay, that sounds good, now let's just hear what this sounds like and it always sounds better. So This is my own thing. It's like my secret recipe, and I've never really let the cat out of the bag on what it really is. But this is
total mystery.
The tinkerer in me, the geek, the electronics geek in me is all about this. And I will say this: it sort of started off as roughly a wah-wah pedal. It started as a wah-wah pedal, and it became a distortion pedal. And it's
great.
You know, it's required a soldering iron and a few other things to get it to where it is right now. So that's my own special distortion pedal, and this is just an AB box that you can see I don't use this button. I'll put zip ties on whatever I don't use, but I'm ready to use it. And it's got an out, so it's like when this is off, it's just the clean amp. When this is on, it's both amps. So I leave it on all the time, and if this one were on, I would have something coming out of here and going into a third head, and I'm actually in search of another 210. They make it a 210-inch cabinet version of this, and I can't wait to find one, but I can't find them anywhere.
Then all you people in the interwebs, if you have one of those, hit them, put in the comments
seriously,
section.
man, I'll buy it off you. I'll buy it off you. It's called a Ampeg PR 210H. I'm looking for one, you know, and then I would bring another head into this band and actually evolve the sound a little bit. So I'm waiting for that. So anyways, that's my AB box, and then I have this little line driver, which I've been using. I've used this one for years, and it works great. And all it does is drive this pedal a little bit more. This pedal's not quite loud enough without it. So like this just gives it a little bit more volume, and it makes it fit where I need it to fit, like in the sound. And I've been using the orange, I forgot what it's called, the orange, it's like 4-stroke pedal or something. It's their driver pedal, which works really great. And I might actually bring it into this pedal board eventually. And so there's that. And then I use this multi-comp EBS compressor, which is super cool because it's got like a few settings here. It's got like a tube simulator setting and a multi-band setting and a normal setting. And so you decide which setting that you want per what kind of bass you're using. And then it's 2 knobs, so it's real easy, and it's got an internal adjustment a little bit, so you can do a couple little things internally, but it's real simple to use, and it works real good, and I like it, and it just evens everything out for me, and I've been using it a lot and digging it. And then this I just use for my in-ears for this band. This is the Ampeg SCR DI, which really works great to even plug it into just to use it. I've used it through my setup, and it does sound great, but I have a hard time with like a lot of knobs and things like that can get turned from chords and stuff like that. So I just use it for my in-ears, and it sounds awesome. Like in my ear, it sounds really great. And the way we set up where the amp is real close to me, I hear the amp still, and I also hear the in-ears, and it's just this really great blend of both that I get the optimum sound. And this, again, this is for my vocals. This TC Helicon thing, and it's just a little preamp, you know, for vocals, and it sounds really good. It's got some like slap back delay and some different things on it, and it's got this auto tune feature right here, and I just want to show you that I don't use that. It's not on. So I don't really like that too much. And then I got this from the Dunlop guy came, and I use the regular Dunlop bass wah-wah pedals and have used them for years, and he came and said, "Hey dude, have you tried the little tiny one?" And it looks like it's made for a baby's foot, you know, and my foot is definitely not a baby's foot, but it works really good. It's different than a regular bass wah. It's got a different sweep on it. It sounds really cool, and I like it. And I use it just for feedback. With Wakrat, we do a lot of our music is born from feedback. That's what I like to think. And to me, feedback is a very, it's an interesting thing. It's when the output becomes the input. And to me, it's political. Like I look at it in a oddly enough, in like a political sense. It's like dropping bombs on a country, and then people get angry and they fight back, and it's a circular argument, and that's what feedback is. And so this thing for me is just a way to assault the audience with feedback and teach them about feedback. And feedback used to be called the Larson effect before it was called feedback. This guy Larson is the one who figured it out. And and so I teach people about the Larson effect, and I show them what it is, and I tell them what I think it's kind of like, and it's a big part of our set, and it's a part of our music, and I love it. And
that is very cool.
It's pretty neat. And this other guy, dude, Dr. Bohner of all names, he took feedback to another level and said well, if the input is a little bit louder than the out, or the output's a little bit louder than the input, and it goes back in, that's really what causes it. And he's the guy that invented oscillators, and then keyboards were invented. So feedback is at the root of not just music and great music, but also at the root of, as far as I'm concerned, of war and politics and vendetta.
Yeah, that's cool. This has turned into a very interesting interview.
That's crazy that is. So that's that. That's all that. That's my feedback maker. And then this is just an AB box that, I don't even know if that one works. Oh yeah, that works. So that one, just I can mute my bass with that, and that's it. And this pedal board is on all the time.
All the time.
Got a direct box and there should be a post direct box, but I think it's at the mixing board. So like if everything goes down, then I still have my bass is still going into the direct first before it goes to the pedal board, and then there's one that comes after the pedal board. So if the amp goes down, I still have my effects and that kind of thing. But it's pretty simple. It really is a pretty simple effects pedal board, and I'm really psyched that I don't ever have to turn anything on or off.
Right.
It's just out of sight, out of mind. It's there, but I don't got to do anything to make it work.
Yeah, because your tone. I mean, the way with all those really abrupt stops and the time signature change, your tone is really punchy, which I think it's got to be. So it's like I can see like once you got it dialed in, you wouldn't want to jack it. Yeah.
But like I said, I would love to get that other 10-inch cabinet and then bring another head in for like a full-on overdrive sound.
Right.
Like I think that would be cool to have another level of overdrive for this band. And with the Profits, that's what I do. I use 3 heads and 3 cabinets for that reason.
Okay, so that's the goal of this rundown. Who's ever got that cabinet,
PR 210H Ampeg, give me a call.
Leave it in the comments. We'll get it to him.
Yeah, I would love to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah.